All right, good morning, everyone. So today we're going to be talking about Google Analytics, email marketing, and so much more. Google Analytics is a free web analytics tool, and it provides users of the application with insights into their website traffic, their user behavior, and their campaign performance. So their digital marketing campaign performance, they're able to track it and monitor it. Now, it also allows businesses to track their website visitors, understand their demographics, understand their interest as well, and also to measure the effectiveness of their digital marketing campaigns. And it can also be used to optimize website content and design the website for better user engagement and conversions. The features include real-time data, um, hold on, real-time data, audience insight, and traffic sources. Now, with real-time data, you are able to monitor the website traffic and also the user's activities as it happens in real time. That's one of the features of Google Analytics. And the second feature that it has is the audience insights, where you're able to gain insights into like the visitors' demographic, their interests and their behaviors as well on your campaigns or on your website. Now, it can also be used to track the traffic sources, so you can identify how visitors find your website, including maybe it's from organic search, maybe it's from social media. You're able to track all of these sources. Now, what are the key features of Google Analytics? One of them is content performance. With content performance, you're able to analyze which pages are most popular. You're able to analyze how long visitors stay on each page. You're also able to analyze where they exit your website, which page they exit from, or or where they drop out from. The second key feature is that you're able to track your goals, because when you set goals, you're able to measure the conversion, sorry, such as purchases, how many people made a purchase on your website, how many people signed up using the buttons, how many people made a download. So all of these things are things that you can track when you use Google Analytics. When you run a digital marketing campaign, you're able to track all of this with Google Analytics. And one of the benefits, or some of the benefits of using Google Analytics, is that it helps you to improve the performance of your website. Now, with the performance of your website, you're able to identify areas for improvement and also make data-driven decisions to like enhance your user experience and your conversions, because all of these things are backed up by data, so you're not just guessing, right? So you're able to make data-driven decisions, and you can also enhance like user experience of your users using your website. The second benefit of using Google Analytics is that it gives you the ability to optimize your marketing campaigns. What this essentially means is that you are able to track the performance of the campaign and allocate resources effectively to obviously like maximize your return on investment. So with Google Analytics, because everything has a feature, you're able to track the performance of what is working and not working, and then you're now able to allocate the resource that you have to what is working, and then you can obviously like have a return on your investment from the money that you spent advertising. Now, another benefit of Google Analytics is that it helps you to understand your customer behavior. So you're able to gain insight into customers' preferences, and you're also able to tailor, marketing messages accordingly, because it's a tool that is um, a very unique tool where you're able to understand how each customer's behavior is. So if you are dropping from a website in the first page or in the second page or in the sign up page, you're able to understand why they are dropping or where they are dropping out from. So all of this would give you insights to how you can, re-strategize or reorganize your entire customer journey process. Now, another benefit of um, Google Analytics is that it helps you to make informed decisions with your processes. So you're able to use the data that you get from Google Analytics to make strategic decisions about your website design, your website content, and also your marketing strategies. Now, how do you set up Google Analytics? It's a very simple process. You just go to Google and type Google Analytics, and when the link comes up, you're able to um, create a Google account with the link that is on your web browser. Then you can add a tracking code to your website. So the way to set it up is that you first create your Google Analytics account, you add the tracking code to your website. There's a form there, and you add the tracking code to your website. Then you configure the goals and conversion tracking. That is essentially your goals with what you want to measure, like if it is um, sign ups, if it is downloads that you want to measure, you just set it up there, type in your goals and how you want to convert these goals into measurable results. So the fourth one is you explore the reports and the dashboards. Obviously, these things are like panels where you're able to see where you would sign up, where you would add your tracking code, where you would write your goals and measure the conversions that you want to track, where you're able to see the reports, where you're able to see the dashboards. It's a tool, so you're able to see how everything works. So you just have to set up your accounts. It's a step-by-step process where Google will just direct you, like the processes are step by step where you can be directed on what's next to do. And there's even a course before even setting up your Google Analytics account. There's a course on the platform that allows you to understand how the platform works. So when you take that course, you're able to get more knowledge and insight into how the tool works before you even start using it. Now, there are some techniques that you can use in using Google Analytics, and these techniques are obviously advanced. The first one we'll talk about is segmentation. Now, segmentation is a process where you divide your website traffic into different segments, and these segments are based on the demographics, their interests, um, the behavior, and also to analyze like the specific groups of people that you're tracking. This is a process I've talked about in like previous classes where demographics has to do with things like their age, their location, their address, their interest, all those kind of things like that. Now, a second advanced technique we're going to talk about is customer reports. Now, customer reports is a process where you create customized reports to focus on like specific metrics and dimensions that are relevant to your business goals. Obviously, this is like self-explanatory, but you would have to like create reports where you are trying to identify, specific metrics that are relevant to your business goals. Is it do you want to have more website visits so that on your website, when they see your website or when they get on your website, they're able to buy your course or buy your products? You understand? So you're able to set all these things based on your own unique business goals. Now, third one is attribution modeling. Now, the way attribution modeling is that it helps you understand how different marketing channels contribute to conversions and how you can allocate credit accordingly. So it gives you insight into how different marketing channels contribute to conversion. So it could be from your social media, it could be from your SEO, it could be from anything basically. The process of attribution modeling is that it just helps you understand how each of these how each of these marketing channels contributes to different conversions and how you can now allocate resources, accordingly. Um, let's talk about a concept called online reputation management. Now, this is obviously a tangent to what Google Analytics is. So I'm moving to the second phase of the lesson where we're talking about online reputation management. Now, what is online reputation management? Online reputation management is a practice of managing and influencing the perception of an individual or an organization on the internet. Now, it involves monitoring online conversations, responding to reviews and feedback, and also proactively creating positive content to enhance brand reputation. Now, the practical processes of all of this is that, you know, when your brand is being mentioned online or when people tag you in a particular post or tag your brand in a particular post, you're able to report and like you're able to mitigate the issues without even having to have any form of conflict. So you're able to educate your customers and resolve the issue. Responding to reviews as well is a means of um, preserving your online reputation. Where, say, you have a product on Jumia, as a proper digital marketer, you're able to respond to reviews, so that it just gives people who are looking to persuade your or patronize you, it gives them a proper it gives them a better understanding about what your brand is about, and also helps them trust you so that they can eventually like patronize you. So it's a way to manage your reputation online. So it can also be done by creating like proactive positive content. So this is like a means of putting your brand in a good position where you are trying to communicate the values of your brand, communicate the positive things about your brand. So you are just able to put all of this out there so people are able to trust you. Even if this is like a direct way of, making online reputation or creating your online reputation, right? So it's just a means to um, position yourself in a good light so that people can trust your brand. And when people trust you, they're able to patronize you. Now, what is the importance of online reputation management? Now, the first one is if it helps you to influence customer perception. Now, when you're able to influence the customer's perception, you obviously are able to influence their purchasing decisions because positive online reputation can attract new customers, and it can also help to increase brand loyalty because when people have certain perceptions about a particular brand, they are able to be more loyal to that particular brand. The example I can use in this case is a case like PiggyVest. PiggyVest is an online savings platform that people use to save their money, and when they save their money on these platforms, they obviously like gains interest, which is a lot better than saving with your traditional banks, right? So PiggyVest has a good online reputation, and when they're able to, because I'm using this example, right? What they do for their brand, and I've noticed, is that there's a lot of word of mouth from their customers where their customers are able to vouch for the product, and because their customers are able to vouch for the product, more people are convinced about the perception of what the brand is, and more people are able to patronize this particular brand because their customers are vocal about the values of the company. Their customers are vocal about their experiences with the product and company, and all of this positive feedback. They're able to even use it with their marketing, use it with their social media marketing, use it with their just um, just use it in all of their marketing channels to be able to influence their customers or their target customers' perception. So it's a way of managing their reputation in a good way. The second importance of online reputation management is it helps to protect your brand image. Now, when you're able to respond to negative reviews and address customer concerns, this helps you to maintain a positive image. So when you're able to maintain a positive image, it obviously has a direct impact on your online reputation. The third importance of ORM is that it helps you to enhance your search engine rankings. Now, because of positive online reviews I mentioned, it can improve your search engine rankings and visibility. The way this works is obviously platforms like Google My Business, right? Or let's say you go to a restaurant and you leave a review about the restaurant, about the food, right? When you do this, the more positive reviews or the more positive reviews that this restaurant receives, it would have a direct impact on the ranking of this website of this restaurant when you search for them online. So if people have a lot of good things to say about the restaurant online, right, it would have a direct impact on their visibility and their ranking when people search for the name of the restaurant. Now, the fourth importance of online reputation management is that it helps you to build trust and credibility. A strong online reputation instills trust and credibility among potential customers, and this is not something you want to joke with because when people trust your brand or when people find your brand to be credible, it obviously impacts your potential customers and also impacts the the potential of your business to grow. Now, what are the key components of online reputation management? The first one is monitoring. Monitoring is a process where you're able to track online mentions, you're able to track the reviews, you're able to track social media conversations about your brand. Basically, I talked about this in the last class where there are tools that you can use to do this. I talked about it in the last class, so you can just revisit that video. And when people mention your brand or your brand in certain platforms like Twitter or Instagram, you're able to track these mentions, correct the disputes or correct the conflictions. You're able to attend to the reviews, answer the questions. You're also able to manage the social media conversations that are going on. So there could be a rumor, and you're able to put that rumor to death because you are able to correct the narrative instead of allowing the story to just fly out like that. So you're able to monitor this and do the necessary things that you need to do to make sure it doesn't harm your brand. The second thing is responding. Now, the key components have to do with monitoring, responding, content creation, and social media engagement. Now, responding is obviously the act of addressing negative reviews promptly and professionally resolving issues to demonstrate customer care, because when you're able to do this, it just shows the customers that you actually care about them, and it also shows that you are swift with your responses, and it also shows that you are swift with having to resolve conflicts. All of this in return would have a positive impact on your online reputation. Content creation. Now, when you create positive content such as blog posts, such as social media updates and testimonials, it helps to highlight your brand strength. um, a practical example would be like feedback from your customers on how they are just how about how your service was, about how you're using your product was. When you're able to collect feedback from people who have used your product or people who have used your services, you are able to now create content from this feedback. When you do that, it could be through blogs, it could be through graphic designs, it could be through a video. So when you do all of this and put it out there on your social media platforms, people are able to trust your brand. People are able to trust your service, so that they can even patronize you or recommend you to other people. Now, the fourth one is social media engagement. Now, this is a process where you're engaging with customers on social media to respond to comments, and also, and help them to participate in relevant conversations. Say you are trying to launch a product, so people will not be um, familiar with the product. So you are doing things like Instagram Live or Ask Me Anything sessions where you're able to respond to comments, you're able to respond to um, perceptions about the product. You're able to just basically control the narrative about your product or your service, basically. What are the strategies for effective online reputation management? Now, the first one is that you are able to the first strategy is to create a positive online presence. And what this does is that how this works is that you build a strong website you build a strong website, you maintain your active social media profiles, and you generate positive content. That is the first strategy for building an effective online reputation management. So you should build a strong website, maintain active social media profiles, and generate positive content. The second strategy is to respond to negative feedback. Now, you should always address negative reviews and comments promptly and also professionally. In as much as they're negative, you should approach them with an you should approach them with empathy and also approach them with respect, so that it doesn't come off as you being rude or you being derogatory. So the third strategy is that you'd encourage positive reviews. Now, encourage satisfied customers to leave positive reviews on relevant platforms. So how this works is that when customers obviously patronize you, ask them for reviews, or ask them politely for reviews, how they've been using the product, if they've enjoyed it. And when they do this, you're able to now even use this to create content and, you know, increase your online reputation with their feedback. Fourth strategy is to monitor your online mentions. You can use tools to track your online mentions of your brand so that you can respond to the feedbacks on time. The tools I mentioned are in last class, they're in last video, so you can just revert back to that last video and get familiar.